Yeah, and so we do have a couple of other updates here. We were just notified that, unfortunately, our second Hong Kong player, Beastork, is eliminated. He did just fall to Nazin.
Oof. That is definitely a bit of a shame there for the Juggernauts and for Hong Kong, but very excited to see Nazin back here. I think him and Expect were probably the big Terran players I was anticipating in this bracket, and well, we don't have Expect, so Nazin's gonna do it. As we kick off this best of 3 winners bracket finals, not the grand finals yet, but the precursor to that on Baliningrad LE. We're of course in the top left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have a blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is the Tyrannosaurus himself, representing On-Site Gaming OSG. He is Rex.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the other Taiwanese player, the Taiwanese Protoss player himself. He is red, representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is nice.
The last remaining of the triads, at least when it comes to the upper bracket.
Yeah, exactly. We did see But Always fall to Zerg. We saw Haas fall to Zerg as well. Does Nice have a chance here against the King, against the T-Rex himself? Especially because, as you were pointing out, he has been improving a lot in this matchup.
Yeah, he's been injected it's not just T-Rex DNA in him now. He also has a little bit of that, same with that dinosaur in the first one. Not the original one, I mean the first in reboots.
It's like
Indu Raptor.
It's an Endoraptor or something, right?
It's the Endoraptor, yeah.
Yeah.
Ender.
It's not a good movie. The Endoraptor. He's got some caviar in him, mate. Let's go. Oh my god. He ate Ender. That's where he is. We were looking for him. What happened to Ender? He's in Rex's stomach, mate.
That's what it is.
Ay. Oh god. All right, here we go. We're getting into game number 1. So far everything's pretty standard. What is so standard is that we are on one of the smaller maps here. I'm a little bit surprised. As a reminder, this is a best of 3. Qualifying match is a best of 5. We're not there yet. But for Berlingrad to slip through the vetoes, shocked me.
Yeah, it's definitely a map that yeah, it's definitely surprising, especially from the perspective of Rex here. Or from Nice, sorry, because, you know, when you're up against a player like Rex, you're expecting... He's a player who can be very aggressive. He does like to throw in a little bit of a cheeky build here and there to catch his opponents off guard. And Baliningrad is definitely the map to facilitate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. We can already see a little bit of the skill difference here. Nice, compared to Haas, with his first adept, got 2 drone kills. To be fair, Rex miscontrolled a little bit there. I don't know if you saw, but in the beginning, the Queen actually move commanded past the adept. It was like, oh, and then went off of creep as well. So, things not going too well at the start of the game here for Rex, but it's only the start, and I'm sure from here he can tighten things up here as Nice. No surprise. Goes for the Stargate.
Nice and standard coming up from Nice here. He experimented a little bit against Gogo Joey and then decided, nope, that doesn't work out too well for him. And now he's back to the tried and true methods or the tried and true builds of this meta. But he is going for an Oracle first instead of a Void Ray into Oracles. He's being a little bit more committed when it comes to the early game harass.
The other thing that I'm surprised about, I don't know if you noticed, but Nice actually threw down his Stargate in the location of his first pylon, the most exposed location. And because of that, the Stargate was actually seen as it was building. So there was no surprises here for Rex. He had more than enough time to respond here to the Oracle opening. But not so much the Adepts, as the Adepts are slipping on in and the Lings are out of position.
Yeah, that's kind of the screwball in the way. They can really catch a Zerg player off guard. Yeah. Rex thought he was safe just building Spore Crawlers. He thought he could get away with having his Lings across the map dealing some damage to buildings. He did not realize he needed to defend back home, but since we are on Berlingrad, it doesn't take much for the Lings to get back home. Those are queens.
Yeah.
Those are 2 queens.
2 queens and a bunch of Lings. One of the most valued stasis traps I've ever seen. Oh my god. Nice. Just pulling Rex apart a little bit here, you know, catching him off guard with not just the adepts, but distracting him long enough to actually get stasis traps off as well. But now Rex, he has kind of regained his composure a little bit. Only a little bit though, because looking at the vision, like Rex wasn't able to scout the follow-up. He doesn't know that next up are Glaive Adepts.
Coming down the line. He thought those adepts were just about it. You know, Nice doing Protoss things and switching into focusing more on oracles from here, but he kind of was. But Nice is switching back and forth.
Oh god, I was a little bit concerned, but thankfully the Roach Warren is thrown down. Like I was like, mate, Rex, he's delaying his Roach Warren a lot. He starts it, but the adepts are coming. Like there's not going to be any roaches in production anytime soon. Looking at the vision of Rex, he doesn't have any vision in this location either. The adepts are about to rock up. And again, the Lings, like, Rex wants to be the aggressor, but he has to defend at home.
And he can't quite, not at this moment at least. A lot of damage being dealt, and this is even before Glaives finishes up.
Yeah, the adepts, they're going to even shade into the natural waste as well, get some decent SimCity utilizing these mineral patches. We do see a recall to go back home, and now finally Rex, he can focus on his push. Look at the creep highway. He wanted to push with Lings and Queens, but this is so delayed. His economy was hindered as well. He's forced to make drones when I'm sure he just wants to make nothing but Lings. We'll see if he can still make this push work.
Well, he can try, but it's difficult without Banelings or Ravages to support this, to try to bust on through. Nice is continuing this with a Dark Shrine, because why the hell not? Kill the Spores, kill Detection.
Kill everything, just kill the Zerg. Like, the Adepts, they just don't stop. Rex is just never in position to deal with these Glaive Adepts. They do shade in between the bases here, again, reducing all that surface area here at the ramp. The Lings cannot just, they just can't engage. Finally, the first wave of roaches are coming out, but the damage has been done.
Damage has been done, and there's much more damage to be dealt from here. The roaches, when they first pop out, they are isolated. They aren't really able to group up on top of that. I'm also keeping my eyes on the Spores because they're getting taken out.
There we go. He cancels the shade. He's going for the Spore. Okay, he goes for the Lings instead. At the same time, the Oracles are dipping in between bases. No Spore here because it was killed earlier.
He doesn't even need the DTs. You just kill him with the Oracles and the Adepts as well. More and more drones are going down. And the Spore Crawlers are going down.
Yeah. To me, this looks like maybe Rex was just a little bit too cocky in this game. You know, maybe riding that high from beating Haas. You know, he came in with his own plan, not really taking into account what his opponent was doing, you know, and not adapting to what the Protoss was doing. And really, that's kind of what the Zerg player needs to do. I understand it's Berlingrad, you know, short rush distance, creep highway, you can maybe go for an all-in, but it did kind of fall on its face.
You can maybe go for an all-in.
Yeah.
It's never guaranteed. GG, Nice. Takes game number 1, going for his own. Well, I wouldn't really call it an all-in. He was running up, or probing up quite a bit. But yeah, very committed, very aggressive. Very committed aggression coming out from him.
Exactly. GG, well played there to our to our Taiwanese Zerg player. And with that, Taiwanese Protoss player. My apologies. I was just a little bit distracted because it looks like we have a second English stream joining us. Looks like Rotterdam has woken up, gotten out of bed, and he is also going to be casting in English on his own channel.
Ooh. I thought it was coming in here, so I'd tag him out. But yeah, that's nice to see Rotterdam coming in here, especially since you know, we know that Rotterdam, for some reason, has a special. He's spoken multiple times that he has a special place in his heart for the Taiwan-Hong Kong region. He loves Go-Go Joey. He loves Nice. He loves Haas. They just, and it's understandable. They just play so distinctly.
They really do. And we'll see how where things kind of lead here as we are getting ready to game number 2. Again, just making sure all the casters are joining us. Shout out to all the other language streams out there. Got Legend K in French. We got Glide in Russian for 3D Clan. We have the ALG guys in Taiwanese. And Take, of course. ALGS. And Take. Sorry, Naruto over on Take stream as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's kind of Take, but no, it's different. Yeah, I am not the CranKy. You are not the Duckling. But we are both CranKy Ducklings. So.
There you go.
As we continue our best of 3 upper bracket finals, not quite the grand finals yet, but pretty close. In the top right-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the top right-hand corner, we of course have a blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is hungry. He is growling. He has eaten one of the Protoss triads. Can he eat another? He is representing On-Site Gaming, OSG. He is Rex.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself, representing Good Gaming. GGG. It is nice. Nice. And that was a pretty brutal game 1, but again, I don't think game 1 is really indicative of our player's skill, of Rex's skill. Like, it did just seem like he was a little bit stubborn, like he was kind of locked in with his initial plan. Okay, I'm gonna go for a mass Ling Flood with queens. We gotta be aggressive. And because of that, his defenses fell to the wayside, and he had to respect the adepts, glaveless or not, both actually, and that just really put a like a wrench in his plans, and yeah, it all just kind of fell apart a little bit.
Yeah. But hopefully Rex takes this a little bit more seriously, you know? It felt like he was tunnel visioned in game number 1.
Yeah. It really did. Like, because his build wasn't economic based, like, you could see that he felt very pressured to deal damage with his Lings, like, because he had so many of them. He's like, I need to do something with all of this. I need to go. But whenever he went, he had to come back home. It was an awkward game to say the least. But I don't think we're going to see a repeat of that, especially on a much more standard map like 2K Atmospheres.
Or will we? But so far, once again, it's shaping up to be fairly similar, you know? Stargate coming down from nice, should be a bit more standard with a Void right here. I'm thinking, but secretly I'm hoping, that it's going to be Mass Oracle.
We'll see if he's been influenced by Butterways a little bit here. We shall see. As nice, he's just going in with his first Adept. You know, shouldn't be dealing too much damage. Rex is ready for it here with his Lings back at home. As you were saying, though, we are getting a little bit of a cheeky warping point on the other side of the map.
Yeah, part of me wonders if that's just a spotting, but considering the location, I mean, what is it? Get a spot from there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Twilight Council behind this to maybe reinforce across the map. Oh, we have an Oracle into Phoenix.
Cheeky. Okay. I can definitely dig this.
Yeah, so this is really quirky. He's gonna keep Rex guessing, especially because there are builds with multiple Phoenixes and and Oracles, because you go in and you CC, you crown control your heart out. Ooh, 4 drones are gonna go down. Nice, barely manages to escape, and more gates are being thrown down behind this, by the way.
That is 100% a reinforcement point across the map. And this makes sense as a bit of an opening, you know, or I guess I should say rather the logic behind this opening is you go in with the 1 Phoenix, you lift up the 1 Queen, and then you allow your Oracles to have free reign. But Rex has been doing a very good job of just keeping his Queens together so far in the defense.
Yeah, he has. Like, he still has lost a decent amount of workers, but it could have been worse, right? It could have been worse. Meanwhile, there we go. We do have a couple of devs being warped in across the map. Third base is thrown down. Rex does see this, so I'm sure he's breathing a sigh of relief. He is well aware that he is free to drone on up. And because the Phoenix revealed itself, like, I'm sure Rex is going to be very vigilant with keeping his queens back at home in his mineral lines to keep them safe and sound.
Like so.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be careful not to expose his queens too much here. Meanwhile, more adepts are being morphed in, slowly, one after the other. We have seen that even though these adepts don't have glaives, they can still deal a surprising amount of damage.
Yeah, it very much comes down to the target fire. But even then, you know, just using the adepts to distract the queens while the oracles do their thing, Nyx is gonna get damage one way or another.
Now he's hoping to. Here we go, multi-prong attack. The adepts and the oracles coming on in. We'll see if they even converge here as the adepts they commit to the shade. They get in between the bases in towards that natural base, and the oracles, yeah, they're uniting with the adepts.
Oh, he's coming in to fight everything right now. He's coming in with everything to fight the queens. Oracle's taking a little bit of damage. So important for that one Phoenix to be, you know, preventing any transfuses from that high energy queen.
Yeah, only got 2 queen kills in the end, though. Thankfully, Rex had more than enough queens to defend. But, ooh, drones are falling. Uh-oh, Rex, please, puppy, please!
Yeah. He thought it was done, but it was not.
Oh, God, 4 drones go down. Meanwhile, the triple oracle may not have dealt too much economic damage, but they dive onto both the 4th base, and God, that was so close.
It really was. At the very least, it will get that cancel. And prevent a 4th base from being taken in that position for a little while longer.
Exactly. Meanwhile, here we go. The Phoenix will scout the location of the 4th base of Rex. Rex, meanwhile, he's droning on up. A relatively kind of healthy worker count here. Oh, working on +1 melee. I love this. Going Ling Roach, and Ling Roach is kind of what you want here against the transition into Blink Stalkers.
Banelings don't work as well, but Ravages for the force fields, Lings to surround everything else, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised here by how aggressive Nyce is being. He's just not letting Rex breathe at all. As we can see though, Rex, he wasn't being too greedy. He did respect the army of Nyce, did make plenty of roaches, and yeah, Nyce, he can't break this.
Not now, anyway. To be waiting a little more for his upgrades to finish up and potentially a Warpism, you know, if he goes for a Robo.
Yeah, meanwhile, the oracles dip in between the bases. Just getting an eye on the tech, getting an eye on the worker count as well. Do confirm that a 5th base is being thrown down here, and he can't really do much about it. I'm a little bit shocked by something, though, and that's the fact that he's getting a 2nd forge.
Yeah, double upgrades, you know?
Yeah.
He's not grouping them together, though. I think he's just paranoid about one of them being sniped for whatever reason.
Maybe. I mean, +2 melee is on the way. Are we going to get +1 armor or shields as well? I mean, he is going for Swarm Toss, so I guess it would kind of make sense.
Yeah. I think. A lot more gateways are being thrown down. Once again, Nyce just not quite able to get a delay on this 5th base. But he may get a delay in the kill.
Yeah, the base, you know, a little bit of damage was done to it. There's not that much creep spread at that location either, as he's ramping up in his production. He's getting his 4th base up and running. Gateways are being thrown down one after the other. Rex is preparing himself for this, but something that he is lacking a little bit is the follow-up on his upgrades. He does have +1 melee, hasn't worked on +1 range or +2 melee.
Yeah, he's had his lair for a while, but just hasn't really felt safe enough to spend his money in ways that aren't building units. And to be fair, building units is working out great for him. He's dealt with the attack towards his 5th base. He's cleaned out 16 probes of a Baneling run by.
Yeah, really nice damage, really nice counter damage done there by Rex. Rex, he is now maxed out. There we go, +2 melee is on the way as well, and he is just going for it. Meanwhile, Nyce still struggling to keep up with just these Blink Stalkers. He needs a couple more oracles if he really wants to round this out. Instead, he is going for a warping of charge dots, and I don't know if that's really going to scale well against this. But you know, he is buying a little bit of time. Rex forced to back the hell up.
In this time, though, you know, Rex, or Nyce is the only player buying time. As Rex, the infestation pit, about halfway done.
Yeah, I wonder what the plan is and what he wants to like try and tech into here. As Nice, he pushes out across the map. Oh, Lings try and get a bit of a surround, but Nice is on top of them. He's able to shave off quite a number of them, and somehow, someway, those Zealots actually get some decent amount of drone kills.
Yeah, pretty much equalized, or more than equalized, the worker count here.
Yeah, and the Zealot run-bys, they just don't stop. They force Rex to keep an army here on the left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Nice is pushing on forward. At the same time as all this is happening, Rex, he's going for another Bane run-by.
Like so, I was gonna say I'm surprised that Nice is continuing to probe up, but this is why he's probing, or continuing to probe. Because he knows he's gonna lose him.
Yeah, the reaction is a little bit late there. Non-existent at the third, late on the fourth. A lot of probes go down. Nice, his economy getting crippled. Still decent though. He has 60 probes to be fair, so he can kind of keep on up here. But because of that reflects in his supply. Like he can barely keep up.
Yeah, he needs to one, keep up with the supply right now to keep himself alive. Two, tech up beyond that. To do that, he needs minerals. To get minerals, he needs workers. To get workers, well, he doesn't have any. Now he does.
He really doesn't. Something that's really helping him, though, is the fact that Rex had so much supply on the other side of the map because he split up his army in half. So because of that, Nice, he was trading relatively well, but that's kind of coming to an end here. Here we go. Nice. Sorry, Rex, he's just chasing this all the way down. The Ling's doing so much damage and about to do so much more now that those upgrades are finishing, and he's just flooding Lings behind this.
Yes, why the hell not? He can afford to. He knows that that's the only army that Nice has. It's a little preoccupied with the Roaches and Ravagers. So just go for another run-by, you know? Starve out Nice as much as he can.
Pretty much, mate. The Lings rock up towards that third base. The Roach Ravagers still gaining a lot of ground here on the right-hand side of the map. Bailey's going to be rolling in as well, as they are headed into that mineral line. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of probes left.
Well, they're going to die anyway.
Not that juicy 16 kills that we're used to. Not this time, because Nice just doesn't have as many probes to lose. Meanwhile, okay, Nice is pushing this all the way back here on the right-hand side. Banelings weren't ready in time for the Zealot reinforcements, so Nice, he is keeping up. And oh, actually, the drone count of Rex, smaller than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, surprisingly, but the run-bys have definitely been helping up for
Hatchery.
him quite a bit. Hatchery goes down! Finally! Nice has a little bit of a victory in this game.
Yeah, Nice. He is still fighting back here. He is still at least keeping the economy of Rex a little bit in check. It's just difficult because Rex has so much momentum, and I love this transition because he has +2 melee. Why not go into Ultras?
Because Blink Stalkers can blink back, I guess.
They can.
That's the only, and that's a pretty big stretch. The only concern to really be had there, I guess, about Ultralists.
Yeah. The goal here for Rex, I'm sure, is to get enough Links to get a bit of a surround, get that hug going, maybe force a blink, and the Ultras will eventually catch up. But does he even need Ultras? Because even here, Rex, he is trading beautifully. Nice for a couple of minutes here, has been able to keep his economy relatively safe. Relatively though, again, he's still stuck with just Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, he's making the absolute best use he can out of them, but there is a point of diminishing returns. Another Baneling run by. You'll love to see it. Just about equalizes the worker counts.
It's okay. Nice is making 5 perps at a time, Copium.
Yeah, he can chrono.
Yeah. He can. But he's just losing far too many Stalkers here in the retreat. We do have a bit of a Zealot run by here. Gonna force Rex back home. Gonna provide Nice a little bit of breathing room in these dire times. But I mean, Rex, he's still taking up behind this. There we go. Kindness plating is on the way. He's getting ready for that Ultra switch.
Yeah. But he might not even need it at this point. He is really starting to put herd on top of Nice's army. A couple of Archons coming out now, but he's just going to jump on top of them before they can fully morph in.
And the target fire is on point. The Archons go down one after the other. Just still gateway units to defend here for Nice, and it's just not going to be enough. We see the Biles connecting with the cannons. Everything is going to be falling. We did see a bit of a Zealot run on the left-hand side, but the Queens and Lings and Banes were more than enough to deal with it. And Rex is fighting back in this series, and he ties it up 1-1.
Nice.
Nice.
And go into our ace match here.
Oh. Exactly, mate. Here we go. See, when it comes to a much more standard game, that's where Rex is much more comfortable. I appreciate the tenacity of Rex in game 1, but I'm glad that he just calms down a little bit, takes a bit of a chill pill, you know, and does what he does best in game 2.
Roam around. And we'll see if he's going to be able to continue to keep that up here in game number 3, the ace match of our best of 3 pre-qualifier. Or if Nice is going to feel, you know, a little bit more, I guess a little bit more pressure to keep Rex distracted from the start, not get him too comfortable.
Yeah, it was a very interesting, like, to be fair, I'm sure Nice expected to deal more damage with his opener. If you remember, it was, what was it, 5 Adepts, 3 Oracles, and a Phoenix? It was 3 or 2 Oracles. And he tried to, like, converge his forces and dive on top of all these queens, and he did fight outside of Spore range, sure, but there were also a lot of queens, there were some Lings as well involved, like, it was a very committed timing from Nice that didn't really deal as much damage as he would have liked. And from that point on, like, after that, Rex was pretty comfortable.
And we'll see if he can continue to be comfortable here. Glittering Ashes.
We will see as...
Our maps have just gotten progressively larger throughout the series.
Yeah, we've been slowly expanding from Berlin to 2K to Glittering Ashes. We can't really quite get bigger than this. Really the way to top off the ace match this series.
But yeah, it's a little strange to do it backwards, smallest to biggest, instead of, you know, start big. But I guess no, actually it does make sense. Yeah.
Boy. Here we go. Also, I love how someone in the chat, not Emperor Yakuzaku, Emperor Fubo, is like, there's something a little unsettling about seeing the Duckling logo covered in blood. True.
Ooh.
So I'm showcasing on 2K, we do see the Duckling logo.
Covered in blood?
Because the Lings were dying on it.
Right. I thought we made like a custom one for Halloween. Or something. Like, ooh. I can get on that for you if you want me to. Yeah. As we conclude our best of 3 pre-qualifying match here on Glittering Ashes LE. We're of course in the top right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have a blue Zerg player coming down from the land of Taiwan, but also the Isla something or another. For we have the Tyrannosaurus himself representing On-Side Gaming OSG. He is Rex.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is Nice.
Zombie duck would be cool though.
Would it be cool?
And then we could have we could make it so that we could dress the duck up differently for each thingy. So we have a mummy duck, a Frankenstein duck, vampire duck.
Maybe that can be your Halloween stream. Maybe you can do some MS Paint drawings for us.
That's yeah. You're giving me the idea for my annual art stream.
There you go. Beautiful. Oh. All right. Well, speaking about art, that's kind of what we're getting here in this series. We saw again. I do believe that Rex has kind of figured out that Blink Stalker style. Like, he was even able to take it to hero himself yesterday in the ESL Cup Asia. So I do think that if you want to get under his skin, if you want to get ahead against Rex, you need to maybe bring something else to the table. You know, we saw like these weird timings kind of catch him off guard. Maybe your Glaive Adepts, maybe something else. I'm hoping not Skytoss. I realize what I'm saying, and I realize we're on a large map. I'm worried now. Cool.
So what you're saying is you want Mass Oracles.
You know what? I would be welcome to that. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
No, it didn't work against Gogo Joy, but what about Rex?
Yeah, you know. Rex is he is a dinosaur, so it's not quite a scientist. I don't know where I was going with that.
Exactly. You know, the scientist made him. Doesn't mean he doesn't know what the scientists know.
Exactly.
There you go. Oh boy. So far, ooh, we do see a divergence in the plans here. Nice opens up here with a Stalker, not an Adept first. With this, he can keep Rex in the dark because he is not going to have a Void Ray. Oh no.
No, he is not. Instead, he is going to have the unit that's pretty much the most opposite of a Void Ray that you can get here. It's a ground unit. It shoots fast. It does damage to light. And Glaive to Depths come down here.
It does do damage to me.
Psychologically, it does, yeah.
Oh yeah, physically, mentally, it's all there, mate. It's all there. Here we go. Looking at Rex's vision again, he still hasn't gone into the main base. Seeing this Stalker, this is a tell that it should be a Twilight Council opener. Also, sorry, it shouldn't be a Stargate opener. So he has a little bit of information, but for all he knows, there could be a Robo, it could be a Dark Shrine, right? It could be a Disruptor drop, maybe. Like there are other things that it could be. So Rex is still a little bit in the dark.
Yeah, that's why I'm liking how active he's being right now. With his Zerglings already able to catch one of the reinforcement points of Nice, but because that one Stalker hasn't felt safe enough to really dip in with his Overlord or even send another Overlord for a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Rex is getting ready for DTs. We do have spores being thrown down in every single base. Again, just in case, he even is hugging the spores with his queens. So to make sure that DTs don't just overwhelm and get a kill and then kill the third base. And the Adepts do reveal themselves. Bearing in mind that this is an unorthodox build because it's 4 gates. It was Twilight Council first, but there was no Robo, which means there's no Prism with this.
Yeah, it's not really the most committed Adept opening, but he's still invested in Glaives regardless. He immediately switches into a very quick Forge on top of the third base.
Oh, okay. It looks like maybe he does want to switch things up. Hasn't taken the gases as natural yet. Meanwhile, the Adepts are dealing a lot of damage. The target fire is real. 6 drones already going down.
And there's way more of that to come. High-Energy Queen is starting to get a little bit low. It pops out its Transfuse right at the last second, though. These Adepts are finally starting to get dealt with. But the damage has already been dealt.
8 drones go down. Was that worth it, though? I mean, you could argue maybe because there wasn't a Robo, right? So it wasn't the most committed Adept push. Meanwhile, gases are being taken. +1 is on the way. Nice is transitioning into Blink Stalkers. But did he deal enough damage? Well, looks like he hasn't. No. But he's not done.
Yeah. He needs to do as much as he can while he buys time for this Blink Stalker transition.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Rex also having a little bit of fun here. His follow-up is going to be a Spire going into Mutas. This hasn't been spotted yet, but if the Adepts go into the main base, they will see it.
They're starting to get in. They're starting to get in. The Queens are chasing them out, as are these Lings. But I tell you what, Queens? No, wait, Shades? They don't care about wide blocking.
Oh, they don't care at all. Nice shade into the main base. Does get more drone kills. Cleans up all the Lings. And he confirms the Spire.
Can they actually kill the Spire from here?
Oh, they could if they want to.
Yeah. Cancelled right at the last second here by Rex. Nicely done.
Yeah, but you know what? Nice. If he goes back into the main base, he can confirm the scout. And he can see. Oh, he doesn't commit to the shade, though. Probably a good thing.
If he did, yeah. If he did, he would have thought that he killed the Spire.
Well, he doesn't commit to the shade. Instead, he gets even more drone kills. 15 drones go down in the end. Aye. Rex, his worker count knocked down to that of the Protoss player, which is something you never want to see. Ooh. And again, it was great for Nice to confirm the Spire. It was really cool to see it cancelled, but I mean, Nice was already working on Blink Stalkers. Like, he already has his anti-air. Like, he is not changing his plan.
He really isn't. We're getting something a little bit reminiscent to the previous game where Nice is just moving in with all of his follow-up units, and he's going to be looking to continue to reinforce from there. He's just going to keep applying pressure on Rex continually from these pylons.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, again, it is maybe a little bit efficient, because there's no Robo, so he doesn't have to waste gas on a Robo, he doesn't have to waste gas on a War Prism. It does delay the reinforcements though, so there's a little bit of a give and take here for Nice. We'll see if this works.
Well, so far it's being deflected, but this is only the first wave. The Adepts, however, have something to say about that.
They really do. Meanwhile, the Blinkstalker army is being reinforced. The Adepts, they shade into the main base. They confirm the lack of Spire. It was indeed cancelled, and Nice can just keep on pressing forward. And the Roach count is not high enough. He cannot stop these Stalkers.
The Roach count isn't high enough. The upgrades aren't good enough. The Ravagers do not have enough vials to prevent the army being split in half.
Yeah, and there we go. Rex, he has to give it up. The fourth base is going to go down. Meanwhile, the Adepts still have not been dealt with. They just continue to shade in between the bases. More drones are going down, and this is just too much damage being done. The fourth does end up falling, and we see the aggressive Blinkstalker. Nice, he can just straight up fight this.
Yeah, he doesn't even bother microing at this point. He knows he has numbers on his side. He knows he has the quality on his side. GG! Nice! Is our first grand finalist in that qualifying spot for the evening. Nice.
Nice. GG. Well played. Congratulations to Nice. He does take the series. He does move on to that first and only qualifying match. Oh, and my heart goes out a little bit to Rex. You know, like, he didn't really have all the information he needed. The Glaive Adepts also hit a little bit faster than normal because there was no Prism. You know, we didn't waste any time building a Robo or anything like that. And Nice just didn't stop, just sending a Glaive Adepts across the map, and Rex just wasn't really ready for it. Oof.
Not at all, yeah. You know, despite not having the Void Ray out, or despite not having too much anti-air, Nice was doing a really good job of just keeping Rex in the dark for so long.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, that was really well done there by Nice. And with that, he can now rest a little bit. He can rest easy. Moving on here, and he's going to be waiting for a while because we still have plenty more games to go. But before that happens, we need to find out who he plays.
Yeah. There's still 2 more matches remaining here. It is going to be Gogo Joy versus Eternity here, and But Always versus the winner of that to get into that lower bracket finals right in the end there.
Exactly. Again, the unfortunate news is that in the lower bracket, Haas did forfeit. I did confirm, and he's not online right now. But Always, he's just chilling here. He's just
like, all right, I guess I got time to wait.
Yeah. So because of that, we do have our series kind of lined up. You know, we go the winner of Gogojo in Eternity into But Always, into Rex, into Nice. So 4 series remaining. And Gogojo in Eternity, unfortunately, are mid-series right now, so we don't have that available to get into.
We'll see if we can jump into them in the middle of the series, or if they're done, then we can jump straight into the winner of that versus But Always.